Each of us has a life story. We say your life is your story, and your story is your life. If you want to get to know someone, ask them about their story. And most people will tell you. Now, your life story is not a replay of your entire life like a videotape. That would take hundreds of thousands of hours and is not practical. Rather, your life story is constrained by what happened, but it has less to do with the facts and more to do with the meanings and the interpretations that you assign to those facts. Life stories are not like a videotape in the sense that you're not watching hundreds of thousands of hours of every event that took place in your life. Life stories are certainly constrained by what happened, but it's not the facts of what happened that are important. It's the interpretation and the meaning that you assign to those experiences. If you were a short, small kid in elementary school and always tended to be the last one chosen for the soccer team, you might have interpreted that. In fact, you probably did, and your interpretation might have been, I'm the worst athlete in the group. So you want to reflect on your life and your life story, start to put it together. There are certain experiences that will be highlighted, especially those that are associated with emotion, good and bad, often stress, and some degree of vulnerability. If you go back in your life, what you'll discover is those are the events and the experiences that you remember, and they comprise your life story. You want to share your life stories with your team, with your colleagues, especially those that challenged your deeply held beliefs, that called into question your values, because in dealing with those challenging situations, your convictions become solidified, the foundation for good leadership becomes poured. I remember as a kid visiting a number of heavy construction sites that my dad was overseeing. He was an engineer, and it was not uncommon to see hundreds of men working in the trenches. This was many, many years ago, so the equipment was largely shovels and jackhammers, pickaxes, and so on. And my dad would say to me from time to time, he'd say, son, those guys are the ones that make the world turn. And they often don't get much credit. That impacted me at the time, and it has continued to impact me my entire life. I'd like to think that I treat the janitor with the same degree of respect as I treat my boss. So share your stories. People want to know that you're human.